Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome back
to PassingLaughs podcast.
to PassingLaughs podcast.
The PassingLaughs podcast.
I'm just gonna start fucking recording.
Trademark.
Nope.
Oh!
Fuck that.
I'm waiting on a cue.
I can't work under this pressure!
Throw it at the very end. It'll throw people off.
I should have gone to a doctor 100%. The human condition is bullshit.
How many knives is too many knives?
I was just going to say something problematic.
I quit.
I don't believe any of that. You know what? Let's just move on.
Welcome back to the PassingLaughs podcast. This is part 2 of the Superstitions episode. My name is Beeves.
I'm Haley.
I'm Ross.
Okay. Yeah. So this one's called the fan death, and basically the context behind it is if you just have a fan running while you sleep, you die or get horribly ill.
What?
Yeah. So.
Does that even include like your computer fan if you leave your computer running?
It depends. I guess
As long as your grandmother doesn't know about it, no.
Well, here's the. I used to get the shit beat out of my son. My grandma used to beat the shit out of me for falling asleep with the fan on.
Oh my god.
And we were very stingy back then, so AC was like not a thing. It was hot as balls during the summer, and my house was on top of a hill, no tree coverage, direct sunlight. All throughout the day. So it got so hot. So I just needed something. So I would put on the fan and try to fall asleep with it. And also in Korean households, privacy is very much not a thing. So they would barge into my room, be like, why the fuck is the fan on? And then come just beat me like the degenerate I am, apparently. I was also 14 or 15. I was a full teenager. And they were still beating the shit out of me.
Oh my god.
I did a deep dive. And did some research
for
on
this,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait.
So again, this also goes off the back of Korea being a relatively poor country, and I'm referring to South Korea, being a relatively poor country throughout like the early 20th century. Electricity was like starting to catch on there. A lot of sources hypothesize that the reason why that rumor got spread around so much was because the government started it, the Korean government. Yeah, I was like, no fucking way. I was like, there's no way. But like, okay, you have to understand that Korea was just starting to use coal energy. And since coal energy is super inefficient and hard to just upkeep, they wanted to limit people's use of electricity, especially at nighttime when it wasn't necessary. So they came up with this crazy superstition that if you leave a fan on in a closed room while you're trying to sleep, it basically circulates stale and bad air.
Like you're breathing
you're
carbon dioxide.
Yeah, you're constantly breathing stale air, so you'll get horribly sick and die eventually.
So that's not even that's not superstitious. That's propaganda.
That might be. I mean, but like it's so much. I don't think people even know like the origin of it, so it's become like superstition even now. Like into the 21st century.
God, dang, dude.
And the thing is, like, it's so prevalent. Any Korean you talk to will be, yeah, my parents used to never let me have the fan running and all this stuff. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my favorite one. I just because it's the premise of it is so ridiculous.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
I found, I remember one that I read in a book a while back.
Okay.
It's, you know how little girls like to weave grass
Yeah.
into right?
Yeah.
Like hats and stuff.
I think little boys like that too.
No, you're right. Kids.
Right.
So what's really interesting about this, and before I tell you what the actual superstition is, it's funny to know that this superstition actually developed in, I think, 3 guaranteed separate locations. At once, so all tropical. So you'll kind of find a
connecting point.
Similarities in the culture that just naturally comes from those kind of places. So it's an old wives' tale to not fuck with smaller plants like grass, flowers, stuff like that, because that's thought of as the kind of the scalp or the hair of the mother goddess.
Oh.
And doing that agitates them and can bring about earthquakes.
That's some Moana shit.
Wow.
Exactly. So it's prevalent in Hawaiian cultures, Ecuador, like specifically equator.
So does that
equatorial
mean
places.
they can't like mow their lawn?
No, like
Oh.
What a great place.
So this I guess it's a superstition. Maybe it's just religion. But this superstition had a resurgence in the 1940s, and you could not sell John Deere lawnmowers in Hawaii for like 6 years.
Is this big facts? Is this real?
No.
Okay, you son of a bitch. I love that. I fucking love that. What a tale.
That's interesting though, because I would have believed, but then I know some people who live in Hawaii and they definitely mow their lawn,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, they're offending the goddess.
They're causing natural disasters by their hand.
But no, none of that was. I just wanted to contribute.
That was off the writing prompt.
Yeah,
I love that.
I can spin a yarn.
All right, I have 3 that are short and closely related.
Okay.
They have to do with like itching. Okay.
Oh boy, I have eczema, so this is. I can't wait to learn about this one.
Can I ask you guys? Do either of you have sweeping and/or mopping superstitions written down?
No.
I've heard one about sweeping, but
Okay.
it wasn't taught to me personally, so I didn't include it.
All right.
So, have you ever heard anything about if your palm itches?
I've never had a palm itch.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I have my palm itch. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had my palm itch.
Well, Beeves,
You have eczema,
this
dude.
might
How is that-
It
relate.
doesn't itch on my palm.
This might relate to the one where you were saying that it. What was it?
My palm currently itches.
You won't have money or something.
Oh, yeah.
What was the one?
The shaking the leg.
Oh yeah, this might relate to you shaking your leg so much, because if your palm itches, it means you're going to receive money.
Aw, I've never had a palm itch. That sucks.
And another one, if your nose itches, any guesses what that means?
Someone's talking about you.
No. Well,
Someone's dreaming about you.
nope.
Someone wants to bang you.
Okay, you're done.
Okay.
It means that you're going to have a visitor.
Ah,
If the left side of your nose itches, it's a man, and if it's the right side, it's a woman.
whoa, that's cool.
But you were onto something about the someone talking about you. That's if your ears are itching or burning.
Of course.
Yeah.
My eczema's really bad on my ears, so they're always itching. People are just always talking about me.
Always
Talking
talking
mad
about
shit.
you.
I'm a hot topic. Not the clothing store.
Oh.
So this next one, I guess, is another popular one. It's a popular one with the youth in Korea, like Korean youth. Yeah, I'm hip. But I remember this being like told to me a lot. It's kind of like just a scary story more than superstition, sort of. It's like it's a ghost, first of all.
Okay.
This is the toilet ghost. Also, there are many ghosts in Korea.
Oh.
And there are many
Wait,
different.
what?
That the one that I told you that I knew he would mention.
Oh,
the
yeah,
toilet
yeah,
That one
okay.
comes up in the toilet too.
Yeah.
This is also a Japanese one. So I mean, between Japanese, China, and Korea, they share a lot of superstitions and ghosts and whatever. So this particular ghost, if you take a dump in an outhouse at like some point at night under whatever condition, a ghost will come out of the porta potty after you're done. Well, after you need to wipe, pretty much.
Oh no.
And it offers you 2 choices. I believe it was red paper and blue paper.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What does
so
it mean?
it's like pick one or the other. Red paper,
Some dark Morpheus shit.
right? You get 2 pills, but this time it's toilet paper.
Oh, toilet paper.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
toilet paper.
What the fuck?
Because like you just took a dump, you just pinched one off, a ghost appears out of the toilet. It gives you two colored toilet papers.
What do they mean?
The red one, if you pick the red one, it will slice you up into a bunch of pieces and kill you on the spot.
Oh, no.
Neither of them are good because the blue one drowns you. So the ghost just blasts water into your face. Well, there's many different depictions. I grew up with all the older kids telling me that it was just a blast of water that drowns you in the outhouse. So it's a lose-lose situation, and I don't know what kind of fear it's supposed to instill or what the moral is.
Maybe not to sit on the toilet and read your phone for 20 minutes or something.
Like, get the fuck
Like,
out
you
of there.
gotta
Get
get
your
out.
business
yeah.
done.
Oh yeah, that might be it. Yeah. But also like Korea just has a shit ton of ghosts. My grandma used to tell me all about ghosts growing up. But, like she'd be like, I encountered so many ghosts in my youth, but nowadays, since like spiritual activity is low, there are less ghosts. I was like, Grandma, what the fuck? Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Bless her.
She really believes that like there were shit tons of ghosts in Korea.
Oh.
Y'all are blowing my mind. Y'all are fucking blowing my mind. This is awesome.
I've got another ghost one for the next one. but-
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You guys know about like if you're sweeping, not to sweep over someone's feet or mopping.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard of that one. I just didn't do it because I was like, man, that's rude as shit.
Obviously, it's rude,
Right.
and I would imagine that's where it stems from. But sweeping over specifically an unmarried person will prevent them from getting married or finding love at all.
Oh no.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
someone swept over my feet.
Do you want to know the Louisiana version of that?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
It's just a mop instead of a broom.
Oh.
That's legit the
It's just
only.
wet. Add wetness.
Add
and it's
wet.
Louisiana version.
That sounds about right. Everything in Louisiana is wetter.
Easy. I mean, yes, it is. Ayo.
Well, someone has definitely swept over my feet then.
Oh,
That's just funny.
man. You've just been hit with all these bad lucks, huh?
I know. I'm just like,
We've gone over some good shit.
yeah.
We can keep going over some good shit. But I want to know if you actually believe any of this. Like, if not, I think your rational brain is going to just say no.
Yeah.
But like every time you've said something, you've tied it back to your life.
Yeah.
So you grew up.
Oh, I'm just adding to the rapport
Okay.
we got going on here.
Okay.
I
'Cause, like,
do believe in the water ghost that I'm about to mention next, though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a spicy one because I have an actual encounter with a water ghost.
Shut the fuck
All
up.
right. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Haley's a hard skeptic when
Hard
it comes to that
Hard.
stuff. Yeah.
So clearly, I don't believe any of these that I've been talking about. But sometimes I still do knock on wood just because it's habit, you know?
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't believe it, but it's just kind of a fun thing to do to pass down through the generations and whatnot.
Nope,
Okay,
they all
okay.
stop with me.
Well, I'm not having future generations, so, you know, it's all
No
good.
All right, well, don't teach my kids that shit. If
Oh, I'm going to teach them all of it, Ross.
fucking A. All right, Beavs, you're gonna have to babysit.
I'm gonna tell them all about the
Fucking
water
A.
ghost. I'm gonna tell them all about the ghosts, and I'm gonna just like be like, yeah, don't shake your leg, and then I'll brutally beat your kids.
All right,
Just kidding.
John and Bridget, it is then.
Okay, so this is another one that I think it's mostly just a southern thing. It might have moved around to other places, but we definitely know it comes from America because it's about pennies.
Ah,
So if you're walking down the street or the sidewalk and you see a penny, should you pick it up or no?
I've heard this one before.
Heads up, yes.
Yeah, if it's heads up, you definitely pick it up, but you have to put it in your right shoe for good luck.
I
Shut
didn't
the
know
fuck
about that
up.
part. I didn't know that part actually.
If it's on tails, you're supposed to leave it.
And flip it over, right?
Yes, flip it over for the next person to find it and have good luck.
Okay, that's adorable.
I like that. That
That's
part's
cute.
wholesome as fuck.
Yeah.
That's
I
adorable.
did not. Okay, so I knew you were supposed to pick it up if it's heads up, but I didn't know about the shoe part. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
So you know those shoes, those like brown shoes with the little slit
Penny
in the
loafers?
foot. Penny loafers. You're supposed to put the penny
Oh
in
my
the loafer.
god, is that legit?
Well, that's what my family
That's
did.
insane. That's
My family
crazy.
did. Quick psychology test.
Okay.
Whenever you picture someone flipping over a penny in that wholesome ass image, who are you picturing?
An old man.
I don't have a specific person.
I'm picturing a little girl in a sundress with a bow in her hair.
Aw.
like legit, like. Oh.
I just pictured like a very old stooped man. And just like
Cane or no cane?
No cane.
Okay.
He's still like independent. Like he's just walking out of like the gardening section of Home Depot.
I think you're cane shaming.
So you're never supposed to sing in the bed while laying in the bed, or else you'll wake up crying.
Oh,
What?
That's a southern one.
that's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad. Why?
I don't know. Honestly, I think that people just told it to their kids because they wanted them to shut the fuck
Oh,
up
yeah.
and go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
The Santa theorem. I like that.
Yeah.
Don't do this thing or a bad thing will happen.
Or I'll beat the fuck out of you.
There's,
I really appreciate how like straightforward Korean
Yeah,
parents work.
it's like don't fuck around, or I'll kick you out of the house or beat the fuck out of you.
Like for the big stuff, they're like, no, a ghost will eat you. But this mundane shit, no, I'm gonna beat your ass.
It's like I'll give you something to cry about.
excuse me.
Sorry about that, Haley.
Oh, it's all good. So let's see. This other one is if you find an eyelash on your cheek. What have you heard about it? There's
Wait.
a thing you have to do first.
You have to pinch it, blow it, and then make the wish.
You have
You
to
have to
kiss
pin-
it
Oh, you got to kiss it.
and then blow it off.
Oh.
Oh no,
What have you
mine.
heard?
I'm not even taking credit for this because the person who taught me this is a fucking moron, and I hate her. You know who you are. No, it's
Today on the PassingLaughs podcast.
I'm redacting all of this.
Yep.
No, it was this stupid bitch from high school. She's an ex. She said, like, everyone I know knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if you find, you have to know it's your eyelash, but it doesn't have to be on your cheek either. It could, like, if it's like on your arm that you fall, whatever, you notice it, you pinch it, and you say thumb or index. And if you pull your finger apart, and it's if you get it right, then you blow it off, and then your wish will come true.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
For this one, I'm going to talk about the water ghost.
Okay.
Because the Korean name for it literally translates to water ghost.
I'm pretty sure this is the one I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
That I said.
Oh, you thought it was the toilet ghost, but it's actually the water ghost. Okay.
So, like, I told her earlier, I'm like, if you stick to just superstitions, maybe not. But if you start talking about ghosts, I was like, I guarantee you he'll bring up this ghost.
I mean, this one's a popular one. It's all throughout Asia, actually, not just Korea.
Yeah. Like it was a podcast that I heard about it, and I think it was Japanese.
Yeah, the Japanese believe in it. China believes in it. Korea believes in it.
Is it like a mermaid figure?
No.
Oh, okay. Shit.
This one is basically when someone dies by drowning. Like let's say you're at the beach, someone dies by drowning. Their soul cannot ascend to the afterlife because their soul is trapped underwater.
That's some dark shit.
And the only way that spirit can be put to rest and ascend is by drowning someone else to take their place. So,
oh my God.
I know that, isn't that fucking crazy? That's horrifying.
So the ghost's only objective
is to drown people. So the origin of this is basically like a leg cramp or like a foot cramp when you're swimming. How it feels like there's like a hard grip on your leg.
Oh, spooky.
Yeah, that's the spirit trying to like
Ross got chills.
Yeah. So, people would like narrowly escape and they'd be like, oh my God, like, I felt this powerful grip. It's the spirit trying to like drown me. So swimming a lot of times, especially my mom used to tell me growing up, like they barely swam, like unless they really wanted to, because they were afraid of being drowned by the spirits.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Or they stayed like really close to the water's edge and just did not fuck with the deep end.
Wow.
And I had an experience with this, I swear.
Okay.
Okay, so whether you believe me or not, or whether you think it's also real or not,
go get some salt and draw a circle real quick.
I was in Korea when I was in 8th grade, 9th grade, visiting my dad, and we went camping in the mountains. And in the mountains, there's this beautiful, like, expansive lake. It was awesome. If I could go back, I will. And it was the last night, and it started raining, so the water level kind of like rose, and it rose to a point where like it passed the bank and basically loosened all the gravel and stuff where the car was parked. So the car was jammed, like something happened where like the gravel and rocks and stuff like were basically jammed against like the tires, and like even I guess it was with as my dad was trying to like accelerate and get the car out of there, it was just like deepening it, and then the gravel was washing back in and like tightening around it. So we were like, well, fuck, what do we do now?
That's a quote, I'm sure.
Yeah, and 13-year-old me in front of my father was just like, fuck, what do I do now?
Deep ass voice.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Oh, how are we gonna make it out of this one?
He also lives in Hawaii.
Yes. So we got a towing company that was nearby because apparently this happens a lot. And they were trying to pull the car out, but it wasn't going. It was just stuck. So we were like, okay, that's weird. But my dad just like out of curiosity, or not curiosity, but like, he's like, we're in a shit situation, so I'll give the kids something to do. He was like, this is like a once in a lifetime chance, when's the next time you're gonna see your car stuck in the water in Korea? And I was like, what? Okay. He's like, well, you guys should take some pictures. And we were like, whatever, we will. So we were like outside being hit by the rain, but we wanted to take pictures. So we were taking pictures around.
Oh, it's currently raining. It wasn't just
it was
like
raining. Yeah, it wasn't like, it was over the course of like the night and like even into the morning. We were just taking pictures around the back end of the car, being like, haha, we'll post this on Facebook. We have our car stuck in the water, whatever. But each picture that we took had, have you guys ever heard of orbs?
Orbs.
God.
Yeah,
the
like spirit
lights.
orbs. Yeah, like small balls of light. They were just like these little like firefly looking things in each of the pictures we took, and we're like, that's fucking weird. And like I was super into like there's a show called Paranormal Activity. I love that shit.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie, sorry. And there was this guy who just like randomly came out of nowhere with an umbrella. He was like, hey, it looks like you guys are in like a bad situation, whatever. And he was talking to my dad. So we took a picture of him, and there were like a shitload of orbs around him. And we were like, wait, like, isn't there like a fable about like the water ghost? So we finally get out eventually. Like the rain let up, or I think the towing company got us out finally. But when we went back to America with the pictures, my mom was looking through them, and she's like, what is this? It like, is this like, and we were explaining like, oh, we think it's a water ghost. She got so shook, and she immediately deleted the pictures. And we were like, what'd you do that for? She's like, don't worry about it. Like, don't take pictures of things like that. And we were like, okay, like, whatever.
Well, you know what they say, Pixar didn't happen, so.
I know. I wish my mom didn't delete that shit.
I have a question about this, though.
Yeah.
What kind of camera were you using? Like one of those point and shoot from...
I think it was like a silver... It was like a heavy, like, silver digital camera.
Were you using flash?
No. We
Was
didn't
it-
know how to use flash.
Was it like a downpour? Like, was it like raining? Like
a sprinkling? I don't know.
all right, was it complete cloud cover?
Yes.
So no like sunny rain.
That could have, like,
No.
reflected off the raindrops.
No, because it was early morning, the sky was gray,
Oh.
and we were just like, well, our camping trip's fucking ruined. Shit was
No,
cool.
that locks it down. It was a ghost.
Shit was cool, though.
I don't believe. But it's a good story.
I love it.
Ross believes you for sure.
And that was the day we almost got our souls trapped in a body of water.
Well.
So like I guess the theory is that like because it was raining and there was water everywhere that the
Right.
ghost could like exit
Come out.
and like
Visit us and be like, hey, what you guys got going on
your
here?
dad almost
You're in a
like
bad situation. Yeah, I know. My dad almost kicked the bucket.
oh boy. All right. Should I make up another one real quick? Go ahead.
Let's see. All right. I'm going to give you guys a choice. I have two that are related to food, or I have another
Don't ruin
sort
food
of
for me.
wholesome, cute one.
Oh, wholesome. I really want the wholesome dude.
I'm going to tell you both. Just what do you want to
Okay.
hear?
For now, let's do the wholesome one.
Okay. To lighten up after that spoopy story.
Spooky.
All right. So if you're walking with someone down the street and you're holding hands or not, and you pass a pole or a mailbox or, anything like that, and you go on opposite sides of it, it means that your relationship
is doomed to fail.
can be severed unless you say bread and butter. You both have to say it or else it doesn't work, and it prevents you from having a fight or whatever that separates you.
Huh.
The reasoning behind that is because once you have buttered bread, you can't separate the two. So,
Ah, that's cute.
yes.
Gross.
Okay, so there might be something to this because my mom used to always insist that I say it, and
cute.
when I was
With
little,
your mom? Like you two would be holding hands and
yeah, or just
Aw.
walking next to each other.
That's
When I was
cute.
little,
That's sweet.
and I would say it when I was little because little kid, but as I got older, then I'd be like, oh, fuck this, I'm not saying it. That's so stupid. And then we would argue about it. So
Oh.
wow.
maybe.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Like a lot of what you guys are saying are like, they're familiar, but I didn't grow up with any of these at all. It was kind of boring now that I'm thinking about
What,
it.
you didn't have a toilet ghost?
No, we just, snakes, but
You're watching out for a snake right now, boy. Was that insensitive?
Probably.
it wasn't fucking polite.
For the record, I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm just as southern as all of you.
But she wasn't from
Lozano. That is kind of insensitive, isn't it?
specifically where in New...
New Orleans.
No.
New Orleans.
he insists on doing all.
No.
New Orleans. It's fun. I like saying it that way. New Orleans.
For some reason, I think it's really fun to say North Carolina like Nakalana.
Nakalana. I love that. I would start saying that too.
Nakalana?
Nakalana.
Like North is just na, and then Carolina is Carolina. Nakalana.
Nakalana.
All right, I'm done.
Kind of sounds like a slur. You little Nakalana.
That sounds like a Hawaiian slur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
you can do it with
like a
South
real
Carolina too.
Sakalana right now.
Sakalana. Well, you're a
Sakalana.
Sakalana.
Sakalana these nuts.
There you
Alright,
go.
we are off the rails. Oh, okay. So this one's a mundane one. This one's a pretty mundane superstition, but I was never allowed to sleep immediately after taking a shower. Yeah. So I mean, it's not so much superstition as well. It kind of makes sense, but it's the fact that like Koreans believe that if you shower right before sleeping or with like a damp head,
You'll get
you
a
wake
cold.
up dead. Yeah,
You
get sick.
wake up
You wake up
dead.
dead?
No. You get sick,
Oh.
and that can obviously lead to death. Again, I didn't look into nice.
Sorry.
Real talk. I think
That
I've
makes
heard that
sense.
before.
Yeah.
No. I think my someone in my family has mentioned that before.
Is it like I think it's a more rural thing.
Probably.
Yeah. Like
So what is it you?
so if you go to sleep and like your head is still damp, you've just showered.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up sick pretty much. Like you're gonna get sick, and like I mean, you lose most of your body heat from your head.
Sure.
So if your head's damp when you're going to sleep, you're losing a lot of body heat, and that makes your body more susceptible to disease.
And when you're sleeping, your body temperature naturally drops
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. So you're pretty much. It makes a lot of sense.
It's the same principle around like going out into the rain.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get a cold.
Yeah, you're lowering your core temperature. You're gonna get sick. So
I don't think-
allegedly.
I don't think they thought about it that much, but
I mean, yeah, I think it makes sense though. They probably like witnessed the kid who like always went to bed like after taking a shower.
Yeah.
And then like he got sick, and they're like, better not fucking do that with my kids. What a fucking
so
asshole.
what I heard it was specifically earaches. Like
Oh,
if you go to
earaches.
sleep with your wet hair,
You
get
get
an
like
earache.
a sinus infection, I guess.
Oh.
And then like
Maybe while you're sleeping, the water like drips into
Yeah.
your ear.
That actually like probably tracks. But yeah, the cold thing. That's but like going out in the rain is also just a
Right.
wives' tale.
right, that's true.
Like it lowering your core body temperature makes you more susceptible.
It's just
to
science at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have heard the one related to New Year's and what you're supposed to eat.
I'm pulling a blank.
All right, on New Year's Day, you're supposed to eat pinto beans,
What?
What?
collard greens, and hog's jaw. But
What?
you can substitute hog's jaw for any type
Like
of
a hot dog?
pork.
What is
Well, probably not. No, it has to be like whole pork.
what is a hog's jaw?
Literally what it sounds like.
A
It's
pig's
What the
jaw.
fuck?
That
A
sounds
bone?
tasty.
like
Well,
with
you
the
got
meat
skin
on it.
and like you got good stuff on
Yeah,
it.
and you
I'd
can
eat it.
cook it, your greens and your pork or your pinto beans in the hog's
Oh, I'm
jaw.
hungry now.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. So not only is it delicious, but it's supposed to provide 3 benefits. The pinto beans are for health, and they don't line up
Right.
logically. Okay.
Well, I guess the beans is the body
The collard greens are for wealth
because it's green.
because they're green.
Okay. Okay.
And the hog's jaw is for prosperity because hogs are like fat. and you know.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
hate the South.
Oh god.
I,
just kidding,
I
I'm just
honestly can't believe that you guys have never heard
I've
of that
never heard
because
of that.
every single New Year's Day, my entire life, we've eaten that.
Are you shitting me?
Can I come
Even
over?
today,
legit?
sometimes we still do it. Yeah.
Can I come over for New Year's? That sounds
That's
fucking
adorable.
delicious.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
want to eat that. That sounds good.
That sounds like ass. I'm sorry.
It's so good.
I hate pinto beans. Yeah,
Ross,
I know.
You're not even get out
Georgian.
of
I'm
here.
not
Just
Georgian.
leave.
That's what that is. That's all that means.
Go home. I'm just kidding.
Guys, come on, guys.
God, I love pinto. I love collard greens and I love pork. That's like the holy trinity right there.
Yeah,
good
pork
stuff.
is dope, but like collard greens and pinto bean. First of all,
Hell yeah.
pinto bean is the most southern thing you can say.
I got some pinto beans for you.
All right, so, Johnny McIntyre, my stepfather. I thought he was sitting in front of me just then.
But you know, like the Mexican refried beans, those are pintos.
That shit's good.
Are you
as
shitting
fuck,
me?
dude.
No.
God, can we just get some beans? Can we order some beans, guys?
Yo, I ate pinto beans this morning.
Yeah, beans are fucking dope. So don't you say you don't like pintos.
Are you sure?
Yes, very sure.
Can we get some like ham and bacon and like mix it with some pinto
Wait,
beans?
no, wait.
Okay.
I gotta talk about refried
Everybody,
beans real quick.
everybody tag at Ross Redacted and tell him that pinto beans can be refried
I
beans.
can Google shit myself. Okay.
No, everybody needs to
Yeah,
tell him.
everybody add him, spam it, and then like regardless of the result, just send him pictures of beans.
Dude, I wish we were that popular.
Yeah. We're gonna get like one person to do it.
Hey, one person is
That's
still
true.
awesome.
Yeah, I would be
Yo,
honored.
Actually, real talk. Shout out to Edgar Gonzalez for being like our first.
He's our guinea pig.
Oh yeah, I heard we have a fan. I'm very excited.
We have one fan that we've actually communicated with. Taylor, followed by a whole bunch of numbers. If you're actually a follower, mad respect.
Okay. The thing about Edgar is he gave me some content to share on today's episode.
Oh.
And I will be getting to it later.
Okay.
It's I love it. I laughed my ass off when he told me about it. So, thing is, the superstition is to never whistle at night. There's a Korean one. So you don't whistle at night because it attracts snakes and ghosts.
Sorry.
I know.
First of all,
Snakes and ghosts.
don't put that on my people. Okay.
I think that could definitely be a Louisiana one. If I did it,
Yeah, because snakes are only in Louisiana.
I mean, dude, come on.
Yeah, they actually get to the Louisiana border and like, well, can't go into Texas.
Can't be going to Jordan now.
That actually tracks for the other side because it's a fucking river. But you looked at me like, oh, fucking facts here,
Yeah,
dude.
see?
All right, read between the lines.
I don't know the history behind this one. I know my uncle used to get super fucking pissed at me when I did, though. And he would subsequently smack me. But
God.
my grandma didn't like it. My mom didn't like it. I think it's just because it's annoying. Welcome to the Bird Podcast.
Okay. Sorry.
So, yeah, I think it's because, well, in general, Korea doesn't really like whistling. It's like, it's just annoying to them.
No shit.
Yeah, I guess culturally. I whistled a lot when I worked for another restaurant with Korean owners.
Would you say you whistled while you worked?
Yeah, I whistled a lot while I worked. I whistled while I worked. I don't know what that is.
Oh, fuck you.
Are you
It's
serious? Man?
Is that Brave?
no.
Is
It's
that-
Snow White.
I'm not sure about Snow White. Okay, first of all.
Redacted.
Okay. But yeah, I would get savagely beaten by the owners for whistling. No, I didn't get beaten by the owners. That'd be like the ultimate, like everyone just beats me up like throughout life.
Everyone that's older than you
Yeah.
beats your ass whenever
Yeah.
you do some kind
Yeah.
of Korean
You
transgression.
would think that from the sound of it, you're like some teeny tiny little weak person.
I am a teeny
just
tiny
gets
little wiener
beaten.
boy.
Little what?
I'm a little wiener boy.
Beef said he has a little wiener. You
I have a
heard it
little
here
wiener.
first.
Ladies, I'm single. Yes.
Same story.
Yeah.
Little wiener boy and little drummer boy got together. Really progressive.
The battle of
Okay, Haley, what you gonna hit us with, dude?
can't wait to edit all this out, man.
What are you gonna nail us with?
All right.
What are you gonna assault us with? What are you gonna shoot us with?
Assault
I'm
of
not
the
gonna
earth.
do any of those things.
What are you gonna slingshot into our eyeballs?
Oh, by the way,
What?
what'd you?
What?
You sounded really excited about something.
It's fine.
The sweeping and the mopping.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that until I worked at a restaurant, and this dickhead didn't want to fucking move so I could do my job. So I actually did sweep over his. And he goes, "What the fuck, man?"
No, I'm never gonna find love.
I'm like, "No, that's not why you'll never find love."
Oh.
You pasty
Oh, it's time for
bitch.
Edgar's. Okay, Edgar's is next. Actually.
Ooh, okay.
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
it wasn't so much a superstition as it was. It's similar to what my parents did to me growing up, like overt threats.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay. So this is another one that I actually did growing up. If we would have, at Thanksgiving, if we had a turkey or for dinner there was a cooked chicken or something, you take the wishbone out
Oh, I know this one.
and you break it to see who gets the bigger piece and then their wish comes true.
Yeah.
For some reason, my mom added the additional step of you have to do it under the table.
No, that's an actual thing.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I was
So-
really hoping your mom was just a dork.
So, but the origin of this one is kind of interesting. It's from 2,400 years ago when the Etruscans believed that hens and roosters were like oracles, sort of.
Right.
Because the hen would.
Real quick, what's Etruscan? What's
I don't know. It's a type of people
I think
in
that's
like
an
the
ancient Greek.
Italian
Oh.
peninsula.
Ancient Roman.
Okay. Oh yeah. So the hen would foretell the laying of eggs with squawking, and then the rooster, would foretell the sun rising when he crowed.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of mystical, isn't it?
Yeah. So they would actually have like sacred hens that would be their oracles, and they would draw a circle on the ground with different sections marked out, and then they'd put the sacred hen in the middle.
What?
And when the wherever the hen pecked,
Right.
then they could decipher the meaning of what she was trying to tell them.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, so then when a sacred hen would die, they would take the clavicle or the collarbone, which is the wishbone.
Oh.
They wouldn't break it, though.
Oh.
They would dry it out, and then they would stroke it, and it could give them a wish.
That's so cool.
Now, the reason that it switched to being broken apart
Right.
is probably when the Romans adopted these traditions, but then there weren't enough sacred hens to go around, so they would break them to give more people a chance.
Oh.
So that's probably where
That's-
that... And that's also probably where the phrase lucky break came from.
This is so. I feel
adorable.
so fucking smart right now.
How do you spell Etruscan?
Etru.
E?
Yeah, Etruscan.
Oh.
You know, chickens are still used in a lot of sacred, like, oracle type stuff.
Oh,
There's
really?
this one documentary I watched where it's basically like this rural village. I don't know what country, but they still believe in like shamanism and like, you know, folk medicine and stuff.
Okay.
So there's this guy with like a lung disease, and what the shaman did was he had him get a live chicken, blow into its mouth to fill that chicken's lungs with his disease, and they like clamped the chicken's mouth shut, slaughtered the chicken,
Oh, no.
and opened up its lungs, and they're like, "Look, bad lungs." Like the oracle would read it, and he'd be like, "Look, bad lungs."
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah,
so
so-
did that cure him?
So they made some sort of like potion.
I know it obviously didn't.
Yeah. I mean.
Sorry, I'm just shaking my head. not like
it's
these
fascinating.
idiots.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating.
I was specifically answering Haley's question.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious, like, you know, if they showed that they believed that it cured him.
I mean, of course, the narrator's like, oh, and like with the
Okay,
results, it's
yeah.
like speak for themselves or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Okay,
This is a
that's even
documentary,
better.
Yeah,
Wait, a documentary?
yeah. It was on National Geographic. I want to say it was Taboo, the show. Did you guys ever watch
yeah,
that?
I've seen that.
I want to... the fact that they would slaughter the chicken and read the lungs
Yeah.
is fucking fascinating.
Yeah,
that's
I
so
think
cool.
it's fascinating, dude.
Yeah.
Like these people that had no access to like modern medicine, like they'll do whatever they can and like believe in whatever superstition they can in order to fight like things that they don't
Understand.
know.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
It's also funny that like whatever your sickness was, it was specifically the lungs. Like no, like you know they were doing that for like a bum knee too, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Not really, but like you know if you have, I guess it's like you know you have a cough, but like
No, the guy with the bum knee was supposed to hit the chicken in the knee with a stick.
just kick the shit
yeah,
out of
just
it.
beat the fuck out of the chicken. Fuck medicine. Speaking of folk medicine,
I said good.
my uncle, my younger uncle, when he was young, he got really ill as a kid, and my grandma was telling the story. They all, like, again, Korea, poor country back then. So they also relied heavily on like traditional medicines, like a lot of deer, like powdered deer antler, ginseng roots, all that stuff. But he got really ill, like almost comatose, like
Whoa.
delirious. Yeah. So she went to like the medicine man, who got like a bunch of like beetle grubs, and like mashed them up and like blended them with like other shit. I don't know, but she fed it to him, and like he was in bed for like whatever, and then he got better. And she swears to me that medicine worked and that today's medicine does not stand up to it. I'm just like, I don't know about that, Grandma, but okay.
I mean, I definitely think that some of the natural medicines are
They
effective.
have benefits.
Yeah. We just might not necessarily know all the benefits or side effects.
Right.
And modern medicine obviously is more tested and
Right.
proven,
Right.
but
It's
it
backed
also
up.
has a lot of bad side effects
Yeah.
too.
Well, something that's really cool about that modern medicine is that we've gone back to, you know, the shamans and the medicine man and shown that, you know, maybe they don't cure whatever disease it is, but, you know, these are fruits or vegetables or
Right.
roots that do
They help
have
with
good
symptoms.
properties,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
And
Like-
there's a lot to be said for the placebo effect.
Yes.
That too.
The human body is actually fascinating and super scummy.
Super
The
scummy.
human body's an asshole.
I was wondering what you meant by scummy.
Like just it's straight up an asshole.
But you meant gross.
No.
Like a scumbag.
Like an asshole.
Your body
Like
is
a jerk.
a
Your body,
dickhead.
your body's a huge dickhead.
But you don't mean that.
No, I do mean that.
All right, cool. Shout out to Eddie.
Oh yeah, dandelions can be eaten to relieve a lot of the symptoms of like diarrhea and stomach ache. So
Legit?
yeah, legit.
I'll be damned.
They taste awful. They're super bitter.
I've heard.
Yeah. But the Native Americans used to eat them whenever they had stomach issues and stuff.
I've heard from my brother because while he was breathing to blow, I blew and
I'm
blew
sorry,
them into
what?
What?
You've never blown a dandelion?
Oh no! I was talking about the actual plant part, not the wish part.
Well, apparently that part's
Oh, that's
pretty
disgusting. You
Yeah.
did that too. You're an asshole.
I've
he was-
accidentally gotten that in my mouth.
Oh.
It's like
awesome.
fuzzy and like.
It's like
Gross.
what was that challenge that went around? Cinnamon challenge.
Oh, it's like
It-
super dry and
yeah.
just like.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's like feathers.
Yeah, as he was breathing in to blow it, I just.
Such a jerk.
I mean, I'm an older brother.
Yeah.
So is your last one?
Oh,
his?
Edgar's? Yeah.
Okay, my last one is just the origin of knock on wood. So.
Oh, I want to
Dude.
hear that one.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Okay. The origin is probably around 2000 BC
Uh-huh.
with the Native Americans in North America.
Okay.
So
Are
They-
they South American different?
sure,
You
they
could
have
Native Americans.
Incas and Aztecs versus
I
like
guess they're still technically Native Americans.
sure, yeah.
I don't know why that's blowing my mind right now. That makes perfect sense. Sorry.
So they would see a lot of the taller trees, which in this region happen to be usually oak trees, would get struck by lightning. And so in their mind, they assumed that must be that must be the dwelling place of the sky god because
Okay, that's wicked.
he would get lightning down and then live in the trees.
Cool.
So
Side note, we are describing like the next 7 Pixar movies right now. Go ahead.
and they also believed that boasting or bragging or, saying, oh, I'm so good at this and I'm going to do this or that, it was bad luck and frowned upon. And so if they...
Like your hubris.
Yes, and it would basically ensure that thing you were bragging about was never going to happen or it would go away. And so to counteract that, they would sort of apologize to the sky god by going and knocking on the oak trees. So
Any oak tree or
Yeah.
specifically one that's been
well,
struck?
that's a good question. I'm not sure.
I bet if you found a struck one, you'd be like, knock the fuck out
Yeah,
of that.
for
Hell
sure.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
so that's
I like that.
That's also very wholesome. I like that a lot. It's like very close to nature.
Also,
Feels good.
Dwelling of the Sky God sounds badass as
yeah.
fuck.
That's a really good metal band name.
Or like a song, or like a cover.
So I hear that we have a superstition submitted from a fan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Our
let's hear it.
one fan.
Dude, shut up. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Okay.
What?
Our first fan.
Oh yeah, the OG fan.
Yes.
Our first official. Like
Yeah.
the first one that we've actually communicated with. So.
His alias is Stinky P. That's legit, by the way.
It is.
He goes by the alias Stinky P.
Oh wow.
But this was so funny. Okay, so him and his brother growing up, they hated eating vegetables. What kid doesn't, right? But what his parents did in order to like basically force them to eat their vegetables was knock on the bottom of their wooden, dining table and be like, "Oh, do you hear that knocking at the door? It's Bill Clinton. He's here. He's here to take you away if
Are
you
you
don't eat your
fucking
vegetables."
kidding
This is
me?
legit. He told me this, and I died. They threatened him with Bill Clinton growing up to get him to eat his vegetable, and it worked, which is the mind blowing. Like him and his kid brother, they're both young. They just were scarred by Bill Clinton.
My God.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is brilliant.
And like the thing is, like, what did they do after Bill Clinton stopped being president?
I mean, he's still always going to be president.
That's
like,
true.
Former
Okay,
president,
yeah.
whatever.
They're like knock knock. It's
I don't
the
think it
fucking
was-
president.
Was it his president seat? It was the big deal?
No. I don't know.
It was just his character.
I guess it was just his character. They're just like, Bill Clinton's here to make you eat vegetables.
That's so great.
I'm sitting here like going, what the fuck? But at the same time, I'm a little horrified. If Bill Clinton knocked on my door and was like, eat your fucking vegetables, I'd eat my fucking vegetables,
It'd be more
man.
like, you need to eat your vegetables, man.
I did not eat my vegetables.
With that woman.
I did not have sexual relations
Nowadays-
with that woman.
That's
Sorry.
a really good...
Do that again. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Fuck. I lost it.
I'm sorry.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
My Bill Clinton always just turns into Barack Obama. it's that slow, chill talk that it always.
Now, let me tell you a little something about the state of the nation. Barack Obama.
So nowadays it would be Michelle Obama who would come knocking on your door.
With
Your
them
vegetables.
With them fucking arms? Hell yeah. I'm eating my vegetables, man. Now, Michelle, I need you to go over to Timmy's house and
Make him eat his vegetables.
make him eat them vegetables.
He's got an alert that he's not eating his carrots, and carrots are really good for you. I don't understand.
They help. They have a vitamin C, and they help you with your eyes.
This is like a very popular Korean tradition, also based in superstition, where I believe it's after the child's first 100 days of life, which I need to go into that someday too. I'll set that aside.
Okay.
But after their first 100 days of life, they are placed...
Sorry.
After the first...
Yeah, they are placed in front of 3 objects. They're set in front of a plate of food, a pencil, and like notepad, and like a stack of coins or like money. And the baby needs to make a choice between the 3. And each object like has certain properties that like predicts their future. If you pick food, you'll never go hungry. You don't need to worry about it. You'll always be healthy. If you pick money, I mean, you're going to be rich. And if you pick the notepad and pen, you're going to be a scholar and very intelligent.
Cool.
Also, there's a huge feast. All the relatives get smashed. So.
Which did they do that for you?
Yeah, I got food.
No shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And look at me now.
What about your brother?
I don't remember actually. Korean names also possess certain superstitious qualities too.
So I had, several more
Right.
that I grew up with, but I'm not going to go through all of them. We'd be here all day.
Yeah,
so.
we've got a thick ass sewed.
So if anybody listening out there has any interesting superstitions they want to tell us about, you can tweet us at @PassingLaughs.
Yes, please.
You can email us at passinglaughs@gmail.com.
Please support your local library. That's legit. Please support your local libraries.
Solid advice.
Let's see.
If there's anything we forgot, let us know.
Yes.
If we got any of the origins wrong, let us know.
Yes, please fact check us if you need to.
Yes, please. Always fact check
Yes.
everything.
Yes, fact check everything. Do not be a sheep.
Sorry.
If you have any cool episode ideas, feel free to let us know on our Twitter.
Okay, thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.